Welcome back, ladies and gents. FTRL F3. This week it's Russia. As always, Mr. Lee. How are you doing, mate?
How are you?
Yeah, good. Right. Oh, I've just gone on board with Norwich and he's already wide at turn 2.
That could be a running theme based on how the first two races have gone, especially yesterday in the greasy conditions on slick tyres. Made for an interesting first corner on the race.
Yeah, I mean I've already read in the Discord what the weather's like, so unfortunately. Well, we've got 15 runners tonight. I think we're one driver down and away. We've got a couple missing, so that's not too bad. 15 is still a pretty good turnout though. Jamie obviously is back. Jamie. Was thinking about leaving league racing, but has decided to stay, so...
So it's Jamie Morris, not Jamie. Jamie 2905, our reigning champion. And he's been suffering a bit of a crisis of confidence. I think he's had a few bad races in other leagues, and I think he got a bit frustrated and he thought about quitting, but he decided to carry on just with FTRL. So a little feather in the cap there for the league. To retain his services, because we know on his day he is absolutely rapid. I think he proved that in the F3 race at USA last season, where he literally walked the race, and unfortunately retired on the final lap.
Now, what did you think of this track?
I don't mind it, but it's not really an inspiring circuit. The running joke is it's a bit of a car park. If you want to practice this, you could go down to your local Tesco's, just throw a few trolleys around the car park and drive around them, and it's pretty much the same. It's a very flat circuit. Most of the corners are 90-degree right or left-handers. It's just not that good.
Yeah, especially this last sector, which I'm on board with Jamie with now. There's just no grip at all. So it's quite interesting following cars through there. It's going to be tough for the guys tonight, but I'm sure they'll do all right.
Well, we've seen some good battles and good overtakes in the so far. So it's not going to be back. The good thing about FTRL is that they don't understand boring tracks and boring. We just don't do them. So I'm expecting plenty of action. As we've seen already from the first two races. It doesn't look like the weather's going to be a factor in this one though. So dry race, so it should be everybody winning on pace.
Yeah, nobody's actually set a time yet. Now, invalidations are quite a big thing around here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So,
overlap.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, Norwich City puts the first lap in 33.3. But yeah, as I was saying, invalidations is quite strict around Russia. Where you put your car one lap might be an invalidation on the next lap by inches. So yeah, it's definitely hard to put a lap together.
Yeah, I think it also I think affects a lot your sort of speed that you carry through. So a couple of times I ran over the curb at turn 2 and a little bit wide on the exit, and it gave me a warning. And then the next lap, if I was a bit slower, because I ran a bit wide, and still took a very similar line and didn't get a warning. So it's a bit hit and miss. Some corners you can run wide, some you can't. So, yeah.
Oh, there's a couple of cars going quite slowly here.
Penalty racing indeed. McLaren showing a bit of early form now, currently second and third. BLT TL14 up in P2 ahead of Zaki, who had that storming drive last week after damage on the opening lap. Gone back and finished P2. A hell of a result from him.
Fogg is about to start his lap in the Ferrari as well. Got a pretty decent result last time out. I think it was a P6, wasn't it? And
yes,
his teammate
yes,
P7.
I think he could have had better. I think he picked up some wing damage and then decided not to stop, which was slightly confusing because he definitely had. He came out quite a way in front of his teammates and then really made no headway on the battle for the sort of third, fourth, and fifth. So Marty, who'd taken those medium tyres, 18 laps was it, something like that? It was a very long. He went a long way on medium tyres. He was hanging onto a podium for a long while just until, but then the fresher tyres of Blue Flag and Jesper prevailed in caught him at the end, but he hung on for a P5. I think that's his one of his best results in FTRL so far. So a great effort from him last week.
Yeah, so we've got still quite a few drivers not setting a time. Guy Camp currently at P8. So obviously not set a time yet. He's out on the softs, currently doing his outlap. Junkie Sport has just come in. He must have invalidated. Big Pete's is... Oh, that's definitely an invalidation, so I'm sure he'll pull out that. He's got a Red Bull behind him though. Who pits? Was that Marty? Yeah, it was Marty. Alright, we're going back on board with Foggy then. Coming around the last couple of corners. He's carried on, so he's obviously not invalidated. On the medium tyre. And across the line it goes P6. Not a bad time on the medium.
Can work here. I think we saw a couple of people on Monday who used the alternate strategy and had a great pace at the end there. I think you did that, didn't you? In fact, you pulled the alternate strategy in.
Yeah, but I started from the back.
But yeah, the tyre wear's not too bad around here. It can run long, so we shall be interesting to see who does what in terms of strategy. See those outside of the top 10.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of these guys who are in on the mediums will have a soft run and just see where they get. And then I'm fairly sure everybody outside the top 10 will start on the mediums, just to go along. It's always the best bet when you start outside the top 10.
Yeah, it depends on how your pace is really. I think. I think last night, if it hadn't have been as greasy as it was, I might have seen some more. I obviously, in those conditions, did not fancy running on the medium, so I started on the softs last night. But obviously it looks like a dry race today, so I think maybe you're right. I think if those who do finish outside of the top 10 will probably run on mediums, try and go long and have good pace at the end.
So I think, I'm not sure what Big Pizzas was doing there. He turned everything down for the last few corners, but still set a time. I don't know if he thought he invalidated, but he hadn't. Although it would have come up on his screen, so that's interesting. Not too sure what he was doing there. Guy's about to come around the final corner. It seems like a lot of the drivers are struggling. Guy Carper's just put it on pole. What? Yes, Guy.
Slipping and sliding on the pole position, and I can hear the crowd going.
Oh, he's
wild.
just hit the wall. Oh, Guy.
Classic Guy.
Puts it on provisional pole and then crashes into the wall with nobody around him on a pit straight. Oh dear.
If there isn't an advert for Guy Carp, that is it right there. 10 seconds of Guy Carp, pole position, into a wall.
Oh, he's great, he really is. But what I was about to say before that was that a lot of the drivers seem to be struggling with ERS. A lot of them seem to be derating with a couple of corners to go, which isn't going to help the lap times. Marty's about to come across the line.
Yeah, not too many heavy braking zones here, is there? There's obviously the sort of turn 2, turn 5. Other than that, the corners are all kind of flowy. Not really any heavy braking areas until you get to the back straight. And it's not even much of a straight. It's kind of a winding section that's speed, and then you start to sort of build the ERS up. So like you say, they're running out of ERS by the end of the lap, but not stopped to go.
I mean, to be fair, Guy in the last couple of weeks, well, we'll say pre-season, I guess you could count, but certainly since the first race, it looks like his pace really is there. So he must have been putting some practice in. He's showing that the P5 in quali last week certainly wasn't a fluke. Just needs to get better at the racecraft, and I think Guy might surprise a few people this season.
Yeah, I mean he's clearly got that one, that pace. Like I say, and he was running at the sharp end, not the top. Did he do the race last week? He didn't. Someone else was but yeah, he was battling at the shop pen last week, so clearly the pace is there. He seems to attract some trouble, of his own doing or of those around him. Actually, I think we saw him go from 3rd to 11th in a couple of quarters, and he was back up to 5th place again. Yeah, he was literally up and down that old monkey yo-yo.
Marty's had a bit of a spin. Coming out of the penultimate corner, manages to keep the car out the wall just about. I think he lost a little bit of end plate on the right side. Oh no, no he didn't. Kept it out of the wall, fair play. A little bit of a love tap. He is staying in P6 at the moment. Just 2 drivers without a time. Jamie Morris. Oh, both Jamies. I'll just say that. That's easy. Don't know whether they keep invalidating or whether they're just waiting for the last moment. Jamie Morris has just put on the softs in the pits, so clearly he wants pole position and he's going to go for it. Norwich doesn't have a lot of ERS, so I think he'll be pitting.
In the absence of Sam Saunders, Morris and Jamie probably could be the 2 to watch if they can knock a lap up in qualifying. There's a bit of time here, but at the moment,
Norwich is going
sitting at the bottom of the time sheets and not the top.
BLT is on a lap, I think. So Marty, I think, is about to start one, or is he about to pit? Marty's pitting. Right, we'll go on board with Foggy. Yeah, he's improving by around 4/10 at the moment. Yeah.
Ball at the soft sun, so he's really fancying a better starting place. He's been playing down his chances. He's not feeling confident here, but he's up at the moment. So yet to see him.
Ooh, that might have invalidated him. Carrying on, so he must be alright. See how he handles it through here. Fairly stable, to be fair.
All hooked up a couple of corners. Nice and tidy on the apex for the penultimate corner.
I'm going to rename that corner to the Pagani Drift corner.
That was turn 5, wasn't it?
Was it not that corner?
Turn 5.
Oh, fair enough.
Coming off the long left, that sort of 270-degree corner. That's probably going to be the stuff of FTRL Legend for a while. I think that's all. Probably popped up into P5. I think I'll expect him hope to a little bit more, although he's not confident. He's been playing down his chances, so maybe he'll be happy with the top 5.
Right, Jimmy Morris and Jamie are both on their outlaps. Jamie Morris has just started his, so we'll go on board with him. He's not set a time yet, so let's see what he can do in the racing point. I wish I could pull up sector times without going into tons of menus.
Yeah, it's a. We were talking about, couldn't we really? But
oh, okay. He's just completely cut the corner.
That's definitely going to be an invalidation.
Fair enough.
Not going to got away with that one. Yep, he's
Alright, we'll go on board with Jamie then, since he's about to start his lot. Here we go. Yeah, Guy's back out as well. I think he's just invalidated though as I say that. Yeah, he slowed down. He was 2/10 up, so he's going quicker, Guy. If he can get back, saves the RS, he might be able to go again. Jamie's still cutting corners to get back to the start. Alright, here we go. Go on board with the Alfa Romeo.
nice and tidy for the first couple of corners. That should be okay. We saw an interesting move in F1 on Monday around this corner towards the end of the race. There was Tico got off the inside of Zach and Dutch. There were 3 wide coming around that corner, and it was easily ended in disaster. Thankfully, Zach thought better of it. Pulled out. Could be a bit of a flashpoint here in F3 as well. We know these boys like a good overtake in places that most people would deem impossible to overtake.
Like a pretty decent lap so far from the Alfa Romeo driver. Still pushing hard. Just needs to keep the lap clean because this will be his last one. Unless he can just... Well, I don't think he'll have enough ERS to go for another full lap. Goikarp's retired. If Goikarp ends up with a pole position, there will be absolute scenes. Yeah, again, huge D-rate from Jamie through the last couple of corners. Can he put it on pole? Oh, I mean, yay! I mean, oh.
Damn you, Jamie! I mean, yeah, well done, well done.
Nah, fantastic lap. I mean, he's only gone pole by a tenth, so Guy is genuinely possibly fighting for a win in this race. The pace is clearly there. Yeah, I mean, he was 2 or 3 tenths up as well, so what could have been for Guy, but currently sat P2. Jesper's on an outlap. He will make it for a lap. So, oh no, he's not. He's not on an outlap. He is on an actual lap. There you go. Oh, good job. It wasn't the start of a lap because he's just put it in the wall. He goes P3 though. BLT has just started a lap, coming through the first couple of corners.
Chunky Sport coming to the end of the lap. I think he's on an outlap.
Yep, he's on an outlap.
Chased around, so he's getting a move on.
Who's behind? Junkie. Williams, were they just starting their lap? I think it was TRS. So Jesper will pit. On board with BLT. No, he's pulled out. Junkie Sport has pulled out. Zaki is coming. Oh, big moment. Turns down his ERS to go through the next couple of corners. It's looking like a fairly decent time if we can keep it clean. Goes P4. Fantastic lap from the McLaren driver. Both McLarens inside the top 10, so that's great qualifying from them.
Indeed.
Junkie Sport is just coming back to the pits, so that's it. Top 3 in qualifying: Jamie, Goikarp, and FTRL Jesper.
Well, hands up who had them for a top 3 in qualifying.
Guy, if you're watching the race, you have a genuine chance at a win here. Take it easy. Not that we're biased or anything.
Oh, no, of course not.
Right. So, quite a few surprises in there, to be fair. Jamie Morris, I think, had he put a lap together, he would have definitely been up there. He will most certainly be disappointed with that, as the AI just smash into each other. Junkie Sport, I'm pretty sure will be happy to that. Both Ferraris starting really well next to each other. So, so I said really close. They're just next to each other.
Sharing very full.
Agent Panda is at the top 10 as well. There's a few little results here and there. Blue Flag, I think, will be disappointed finishing outside the top 10. I think I saw him in 12th. So, knowing Sai, he definitely won't be happy with that. Here is your grid then. Jamie on the on pole position, Goikarp P2, Jesper third and Zaki fourth. Norwich City fifth with BLT lining up just behind him in P6. Both Ferraris then are Foggy and Junkie Sports 7th and 8th, with Agent Panda and Marty rounding off the top 10. And then you've got the other Renault of Zom, Blue Flag P12, Big Pizzas TRS, and then Jamie Morris, who didn't set a time in the Racing Point. Right, Lee, what's your prediction for the podium?
I think...
Just before you say that, Zom's gone with a Guy P1, Guy P2, and a Guy P3, so there we go.
That's interesting. He didn't put himself in second or third. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, Zom, I'd have definitely put yourself in there.
My heart says obviously a good kart win, but my head says a Jamie win with Jesper in second.
Yeah, that was good.
And a Zaki in third.
Oh, okay. Yeah, front two, I will agree with you, but I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna go Guy P3, a podium. Come on, Guy.
Come on, Guy. Do it for the fans, Guy. Come on.
Do it for the people.
Do it
So
for your
last
people.
changes. 3 seconds to the formation lap. Right, Lee, would you like to take us through it?
Certainly. So, on pole is our reigning F3 champion, Jamie 2905, and alongside him is the People's Champion, FTRL Goykarp, in the lead Renault. Second of the Alfa Romeos, starting P3, FTRL Jesper, so the team are looking very strong. And Zaki, who finished second last time out, starting P4. He'll be hoping for a clean opening lap, and maybe a better result than he got last time. He's definitely going to be in the mix. P5 is Norwich City in the lead Toro Rosso, with the second of the McLarens alongside him on row 3 is BLT. Row 4 is all Ferrari, with FTRL Foggy leading teammate FTRL Junkie Sports, as Junkie Sports runs to the back of his teammate and spins him round. Interesting team dynamics there.
Junkie Sport just reminding Foggy who number 1 driver is, I think.
Behind them is Agent Panda in the Williams, and Marty in the Red Bull will be starting P10. And then those guys who are starting outside there with the fresh tyres, we've got Zom in the second Renault. He was hoping for rain, that's not come his way. Hopefully his ankle's holding up a little bit better this week as well. Ahead of Blue Flag in the Mercedes. He'll be disappointed with that. He'll be hoping to be moving forward from there. He's gone with the soft tyres there, interestingly. So, taking the option to start on the softs. That run down to turn 1 could be critical for him. Behind him is Big Pizzas in the lead Racing Point, with TRS in the second Toro Rosso, and Jamie Morris bringing up the rear in the second Racing Point.
Oh, there's a McLaren off there.
Indeed, Marpax on the
Big Pizza's just doing a little bit of hold up. But yeah, check tyres. Everybody other than Big Pizzas and TRS are on the softs.
So Harry in the chat reckons Jamie, Jesper, and I don't care. Well,
damn.
He's in there supporting his fellow Alfa Romeo drivers. I wonder how much Aaron paid him to say that.
Lots of moolah. Here we go then. Jim Morris lining up on the last grid spot. And we are ready to go in Russia.
Waiting for a better camera angle, like... there we go.
There we go then.
All the red lights, and they're away.
Oh, it's a great start by Jesper. Right, already down to P3.
He's already done Goy. Now can he do about his teammate down to turn 2? 3 wide, 4 wide in the background.
It looks fairly clean so far.
Oh, Goy's coming. Oh, Goy's gone.
Oh, Goy.
Jesper off the circuit. A couple of guys, one of the Ferraris off in the background as well.
Don't think anybody's got any damage.
Now it's City through. He's up into third. Going for second.
Oh,
Goy.
Goy.
Oh.
I think Goy's got a little bit excited. Calm down, Goy.
Goy's got trolley rage. Agent Panda, I think, has gone round.
I think the Renault's brakes are broken.
Oh, Ferrari's gone round.
Yep, Junkie Sport
Junkie
has gone
Sport.
round.
Jamie Morris just picking his way through.
Has Junkie Sport got damage? I can't tell because it won't give me a good enough camera angle.
Our survey says he does. It looks like he's missing both ends of his wing.
Okay, so I don't know if he's had contact with somebody. Biggest mover so far is Blue Flag, up 5. Currently at P7. Great start. TRS also up 4 places. Biggest losers, Junkie Sport and Agent Panda, both down 6 places. Not a great start from them.
Norwich out wide down the curb. Carp seems to have settled the nerves a little bit now, and he's settled back in again.
Yeah, just needs to get into a rhythm now. Just needs to relax.
Norwich looking very racy behind Jamie here, and that's Goy coming back into it as well now. So these three just Goy on the curb. In the final corner, he's got the back of his car looking a bit lively now. He's got Jesper to worry about. Jamie having to defend from Norwich City. I don't think he's close enough this time though. He's just going to settle back in.
Yeah, there's a bit of a gap forming now between Blue Flag and Marty, so there's a couple of packs breaking off. Junkie Sport into the pits. Do you go on the hards from here? I mean, I probably still can't get to the end, but
I think
get you a fair distance
I think the hard to get to the end.
Really?
Yeah, I stopped for mediums at about lap 5 last night, and I got 22 laps out of them. Ooh, Marty's very wide there. Oh, Foggy on the curb as well, having a moment.
So I'm going to stick the tyre on now. So, yep, Junkie Sport strapped on the hards, so I think he'll be trying to go to the end.
Front three just breaking away a little bit from Jesper in minutes. It's not a big gap. He's got the McLarens all over him now. He's bringing them with him.
Jesper is under a little bit of pressure, which is
just sliding. Goy with a bigger slide.
Yeah.
And BLT sliding in the background of that corner.
Saki got extremely close to that wall on the inside. Wow.
That corner is very off camber, so it does catch you out there. If you just carry a little bit too much speed in, you are.
Especially while you're running in dirty air as well, it does not help things at all.
So we have a 7-car FTRL train for the lead.
Choo choo.
Norwich City looking racy this time. But again, just sits behind the DRS now active, so I think Corey there, that'll be a warning. DRS next time, we might see an overtake into turn 2 if he's not already got the overtake done. He's looking very racy at this stage of the race. Goy is now back on today, he's got the magnets on. He's honed back in there, he's showing very good race pace here after that opening lap adrenaline rush. Ooh.
Yeah.
Not be able to be very wide there, but he's still there. So close to the back of him there.
Goy getting extremely close to the back of that Toro Rosso. You need to be careful when following cars this close, because if they brake early, you're going to fly straight into the back one. But Goy with the DRS open, let's see what his straight line speed is like.
Zaki on Jesper. No, but Blue Flag has done BLT.
Yeah.
Trying to find
side
it on the
by
inside.
side, the Ferrari and the McLaren. Oh no, Alfa Romeo and McLaren. Sorry.
Jamie Morris has latched onto the battle of Foggy and Marty. He's up the inside of Foggy, pushes him wide.
Oh,
a big slide on the exit.
Moment. That's got
Foggy's
Foggy
gonna
back
get
up
it
the
back.
inside.
No, he's not. He's got
Yeah,
a
wait for the DRS. Get him back into turn 1.
He should have it on Marty if he's close enough, so that might not work out for him yet.
DRS is open on the Ferrari. Norwich extremely close yet again to Jamie. Jamie's doing extremely well so far, to be fair. He's setting fastest lap. Norwich is sticking with him though, and he's defending quite well. So, you know, considering he doesn't have BRS. A little bit wide from Jamie there as well. Norwich is putting him under all sorts of pressure, and Norwich might go up the inside here. He does. Forces Jamie off the track a little bit,
And
which is
back, but Jamie's now wide again.
Jamie's
And
going wide,
Goy's going to get through
inside
here as well. He loses 2 places.
And now Goy is going to have DRS on Norwich and might make a move for the lead.
Very good run.
Here we go.
It's going to be 3 wide. Goy for the lead. Goy takes the lead. Here comes Jamie. The 3 wide.
Oh, Goy goes across the corner.
Oh,
That'll be
Zaki
a
on
warning,
Jesper
but
as
he's
well.
got the move done. Goy has taken the lead in Russia.
Well done, comrade.
Norwich is all over the back of Jamie. I think Norwich going up the inside of Jamie just sort of threw him off a little bit because he ran wide then into the next corner. I think Goy's just had a little bit of a moment on the exit. Might not cost him too much, but he is now the only car without DRS. Jamie sets another fastest lap.
Saw this from Dutch on Monday. How late is he on the brakes? A bit curvy, all the both off the circuits.
Yeah, I think Goy ran over the curb a little bit. James got up the inside though. Retakes the lead.
Get that place back though for overtaking off track. He seems to be carrying on. So, oh, Zaki very wide there, coming out of turn 5.
These guys are so evenly matched. I mean, what is this still? The top 7? So close.
7 cars, and we've got Jamie Morris now in clear air hunting them down as well, so we could have an 8th car train yet.
He's just picked up a penalty. That might help him toward. Oh, there's a Toro Rosso with no front wing. Norwich is into the wall. I'm not sure what happened there.
He's damaged his left side. Here comes blue flag. Oh, that's unlucky for Norwich.
That's P6. BLT comes through as well. A little bit of contact. Surely Norwich can't hold on through here. He's got no front wing. His entire left side is missing.
Well, this is letting Jamie Morris hunt him down. Yeah, he's wide there.
Oh, so close to the wall. BLT's have to back out massively.
He's got to pit, surely. Yeah, he's coming in. Jamie Morris now up the inside of BLT. So we lose one car from the fight and gain another.
He's a man on a mission. Is it at the minute, Jamie Morris?
BLT there having a bit of a moment. So we've got a breakaway of 5.
Zaki might be making a move on the Alfa Romeo. Jesper defends the inside. Zaki will have to go around the outside. He's been forced to cut the track. He's kept his foot down. A little bit of contact.
Coming around the inside, that'll be the outside for turn 5. Pagani corner. Still on the outside though, still side by side. Got a good run off the corner. Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Fantastic driving.
Set that up. Step it up on the exit of turn 2. And that's now got blue flag on the tail of Jesper. So can Zaki use that?
Huge slide from Jamie. And we got yours. I don't know who that was. Is it Marty?
No, it's Marty.
Oh, Marty's gone around. Huge shame. Was running well within the points.
Big pizzas and Zom. He has got wing damage as well from that, fortunately, so I think that might be a pit stop for him. Number 12 as Zom and Big Pizza's come through. Norwich City
big slide from Jesper.
Norwich City's carrying on. No, he has pitted. Why is it telling me? Oh, he's on no laps, of course.
I was going to say.
Yeah, stupid boy.
Oh, Jesper does not look comfortable on those tyres at the moment. He's sliding all over the place, and this is all our blue flag. To get right on the back of him, and we'll try and make a move.
Not close enough. Blue flag on the inside. Just bit of wheel rubbing.
Jesper holds on just about. Nope, blue flag got a better run out the corner.
And Jamie Morris now looking to buy into this as well around the outside. And he gets the overtake on Jesper as well. So he's really putting himself into contention.
That is a cracking move from Jamie Morris.
15th to 5th in 7 laps. He's a big mover. 10 places already. I think this is the kind of result and the race he really needed. Get his confidence up, have some good battles, get some overtakes done.
Marty is back into the pits. Blue flag has all sorts of pressure now because Jamie Morris is absolutely flying at the moment. DRS is open. We know Blue flag can defend now, so this won't be easy. Blue flag goes to the inside. Jamie Morris around the outside. You don't want to be going side by side through here. Huge moment from Blue flag on the exit.
I think Jesper looked to get himself on the outside of Blue flag there, ended up getting squeezed off the circuit.
Gilly Cart was having a look up the inside of Jamie. Might make him move into turn one.
I think possibly Norwich City went around. Not too sure.
TRS has got a move done on BLT. Oh, he's pitting. Okay. Here we go. Jamie moves to the inside.
Oh, Goy's a late send. Thinks better of it. Jamie has a slide though.
Yeah, Zaki picks up a penalty as well.
Here comes Zaki. Kind of split off into two groups of three now, so we've got three for the lead. And then 3, 4, 5th and 6th. We're just spreading out a little bit now.
Zaki was having a look at the inside of Goy there.
And Jesper on Blue flag as well. To resume battle now that Jamie Morris has passed, and he is now looking to close down those lead three.
Yeah, he's within a second of that McLaren now already.
Raiders Revenge is calling Jamie Morris could win this. I think very much so. He's already passed 11 guys. Only 3 more, and he's right on the tail of those front 3. Zaki up the inside of Goy.
Oh, Jamie Morris is coming. He's gone into the side of Goy.
A late move. The door got opened by Zaki.
The leader's in.
Jamie pits. Jamie Morris up the inside now. Bit of contact again.
Yeah, he's leaving it quite late on these moves, Jamie Morris. I think starting from the back has him rattled a little bit. Just needs to chill out.
And he's up to second now. What can he do? Can he catch Zaki? Jamie has decided to bail out. Foggy pits as well. Onto the mediums. He's on his way there. The circuit with a very tricky pit lane. Probably not too bad in the dry, but definitely.
Oh, another penalty for Goy.
Think over Jamie. Yes, Jamie picked up a warning there. You think he ran over the pit exit line?
Oh, Goy ran out onto the curb. Nearly lost it on the exit. Controlled the car well. He lost a bit of time to the racing point, but should have taken that over caution.
Still got 5 for the lead. And Morris now thinking about an overtake on Zaki. Sends it late.
Yeah.
Took his nose in. I think it was only a half. Oh, he's got a good traction there through the. And gets the overtake done, and oh no, Zaki fights back there around the outside. Jamie Morris. Oh, bit of contact.
I think Jamie Morris is lagging a little bit. He's just ghosted. A little bit weird.
Goy pits from P3. Jamie Morris has gone from 15th to 1st in 10 laps. Storming drive from him so far.
Yeah, it's not been bad, has it?
And then there were 4 for the lead. Zaki now having to defend from Blue flag.
A couple of desperate moves, it must be said, from Jamie Morris, but all in all, he's had a very good race so far.
Opportunistic where he needed to be. All on the curb though, gets the car sideways. Just brings Zaki and Blue flag a bit closer to him again. Jesper also there now, just watching I'm watching brief in P4.
Guy's come out behind his teammate. Just over 4 seconds ahead of Norwich City. So he's got a little bit of time here, Guy. I'm sure his teammate will let him through. Yep, there we go.
Indeed.
So Zaki has a DRS but can't get anywhere close to Jamie Morris.
Quite key though is that Goy is with Jamie, so that will put them back together on track once the remaining leading drivers who have yet to stop come in.
But the longer these guys stay out, the more that will help Jamie and Guy.
I
Zaki had a
expect
huge
them-
moment. Oh, got extremely close to that wall.
So Zaki, blue flag, and Jesper all pit. Jamie Morris carrying on for another lap.
Yeah, Boy Flag was in a rush to get into that pit, and Zaki, having that poor run out the exit, really slowed the Mercedes driver down there. Let's jump down to TRS. Coming out the final corner now. I think he will jump all three of these guys. All three are about to come across the pit line. And here come Jamie and Guy. Oh, Foggy's gone. So Zaki comes out in just about in front of Guy. But Guy has the run out of turn 2. And Zaki's come out on the hards.
Interesting. Well, it worked for him last week. But,
Oh, Zaki's
Goy
had to go
forcing him off
across
the
the corner.
corner. Goy kart takes no prisoners.
Yeah, that's quite a bold choice from Zaki there. The mediums to softs is fairly easy around here, so I'm quite shocked, with only 16, 17 laps to go, that he's opted to go onto the hards. He's going to be a lot slower than the guys behind him now.
Indeed, Jamie Morris is pitting this lap, so his tyres have arrived enough. Will that extra lap have hurt him though? Jamie is the one to watch. He's leading the charge. FTRL TRS will inherit the lead as he's running the medium tyres from the start.
Yeah, he'll be going for another 4 or 5 laps, I would imagine.
There comes Jamie now into the penultimate corner. Jamie Morris trundling down pit lane.
Just about to
You've got this.
hit the pit release.
Going to be close.
It's
Very
going to be
close.
extremely close.
Almost on his way. Jamie has cleared him.
Has Guy got
Gonna be
past
neck
as
and neck
well?
with Goy. Goy's got the run down the straight. Goy
we go.
takes the net P2. And Jamie Morris drops into a net P3.
And these guys will start building a gap now, I'm sure, on Zaki.
Raver's Revenge fun fact for this race. Both Toro Rosso cars have led this race.
Thank you for that, Rose.
TRS currently leading, and Norwich City led earlier on. With wing damage. He's currently sat in P8, just 3 seconds off the back of Blue Flag. If this train gets together again and start battling, he could feasibly rejoin the scrap, what we shall see. Jamie Morris on the attack of Goykarp.
Yeah,
Down the back
inside.
straight.
Fairly easy move.
Gets it done. Goy doesn't fight too hard. Just tucks in behind him now. What can he do? Jesper all over the back of Zach in the background. He's very wide there coming out of the corner. I think Jesper's up the inside.
Ooh, Jesper had to massively lift off there to avoid contact. Zaki's gone wide yet again. Oh, Jesper's gone into the back of him. Zaki's gone round.
Jesper in avoidance, almost into the pit lane. Through goes Blue Flag.
I thought he was trying to pit then. I was like, what?
That drops Zaki down to right in front of Norwich City.
Yeah, and he's got the Toro Rosso driver right on his gearbox here, and that's going to be a fairly easy move there for Norwich.
Blue Flag overtook Jesper on the run to turn 2 after the
Oh, blue flag's in the wall though.
Oh,
On the exit of turn 2. He's got no left front wing at all.
did he clip the curb?
I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't on board with the move. I was on board with Norwich, so I'm not entirely sure what happened there.
So overtake Jesper, and then, like you say, didn't come round the corner. And that's some heavy damage for him. One of the two Jamies are now together on track.
Yeah, currently on board with Jamie Morris is within DRS.
He is indeed. DRS is open. He's managed to drop Lloyd Carp to the tune of 1.3 seconds.
Yeah, Guy's also pulling out a gap on Jesper. Now remember, Guy does have 2 penalties, so he's gonna have to stay calm and just try and pull a gap here. But at the moment, he's doing exactly what he needs to do.
Jamie drifting there out of the left-hander. And that's got Jamie Morris right onto his tail.
TRS has just picked up a time penalty. Jamie Morris is right on the back of that Alfa Romeo. Guy's gone a little bit wide, just in the background there.
So the fastest lap of the race there. Jamie to the inside to defend, but Jamie Morris gets it done.
Yeah, nice and easy.
Jamie going back at him there, get a better run out of 2.
Begani pointing out that Guy has 3 penalties. I thought he had 2, so I guess we'll I guess we'll find out at the end. Guy needs to get his foot down if he does, because I don't think Jesper has any. So
Jamie very wide there, coming out of 6 into the AstroTurf.
I would expect TRS in within the next couple of laps. Blue flag is in the pit. Would Blue flag have another set of softs? Could a soft even get to the end at this point? We'd certainly be pushing them.
Well, we can do 9 laps on a full tank. 13 laps is completely Jamie
back
fighting
up the inside. Jamie Morris has gone really wide there.
I think he was expecting Jamie to stick his nose in, and he didn't really get there. They're side by side again now. Jamie around the outside. Jamie Morris has the cut back.
Oh, he's got a great run up the inside.
Indeed, saw that move coming, and he takes the lead. But now Jamie will have DRS down the main straight. And all this is bringing Goycott back into the equation.
These guys are catching TRS rapidly. Jamie back up the inside. Oh, Jamie Morris. Identical move. Just a reversed.
Wide on exit though, and Jamie Morris is back up the inside of him. Hanging on the outside of the inside here, but Jamie Morris gets the overtake done.
Great move.
Zaki very wide there as he's chasing Norwich City, still within 6/10 of him, but which is soft the compact. Oh, Zaki wide again on the AstroTurf.
Jesper is closing Guy down at a rate of knots at the moment. 4 seconds that lead. I don't know whether Guy has damage.
Nope, all wing is intact.
Jesper's just having a few fantastic laps then by the look of it. Oh, Zaki's into the wall again.
Oh, there's hard tyres. He's not got any wing damage. I think he's just spun.
Just lost it, yeah.
Braking area. That's, oh, Jamie picks up a penalty. That could be critical.
So Jamie Morris now right on the back of TRS.
Oh, Marty's gone.
Oh, it's all happening. Oh, Jamie's also up the inside of Jamie Morris.
Marty's crashed coming onto the back straight there. It looks like he's maybe lost it on exit. Fantastic
battle so far between these two front runners. Guy's coming up to the back of TRS now as well on those worn tyres.
Oh, there is another penalty for Goy Cup, so definitely got 3 now.
Jamie Morris is going to have a huge run at the end of this straight, if you can call it a straight. Definitely not a straight, is it? We just got a DRS, so
it's like a Monaco straight, this one.
yeah.
Jamie Morris around the outside, Jamie up the inside.
I think Jamie cut the corner there just to try and stay in front. He would have definitely got a warning for that, I think. He's just struggling to get past TRS at the moment as he makes contact with the back of the Toro Rosso, and TRS is round.
I thought TRS had his own moment there, to be honest. But body's got some wing damage now, so if he wasn't planning to pit this lap, he definitely is now.
It looked like Guy hit the back of him. Might have been wrong, but
it did look like he got on the power and then had a slide, but then Goy seemed to have the same slide. Does Goy have any wing damage?
I don't think Guy does now. I've just had a quick look. I didn't see any. Jamie Morris, most importantly, now though, has picked up a penalty. I believe that's his first one.
It's the first I've seen, so that equals the front 2 outs. No wing damage for Goy, but now Jesper is in within 1.5 seconds of him, or just over 1.5 seconds. And having been down the bottom of the timesheets in qualifying together for a bit, now at the front of the race, Jamie Morris and Jamie battling for the win.
Yeah, Jesper's had a blinding few laps as well. He's pulled a bit of a gap towards Norwich and has been closing that Renault driver down every single lap. But as you say, the battle is towards the front, and Jamie Morris has got a huge run yet again on the Alfa Romeo. Jamie Morris with the switchback. Nearly.
Defend the inside now. Good defence this time. Jamie Morris just keeps it
bit of a slide from going the back.
Tighter there through that left-hander, just enabling him to look for that sort of cut back into the penultimate corner here. He thinks better of it this time, but DRS coming up.
Jamie Morris with the DRS open. Pagani's actually just made a good point in the chat. Jesper, I don't think, has any penalties, so the way these guys are battling, Jesper could potentially win this race if he gets close enough.
Morris trying to go around the long way, but Jamie there stelling defence.
Oh, that was interesting from Jamie Morris. I was quite concerned at that point.
Goy now starting to hone back in again.
Yeah, that gap between Norwich and the top 4 is getting ever bigger. Quite a few big gaps from sort of P5 down. TRS though is on the back of Zom, I can see, as he gets the move done. Agent Panda picks up a penalty. We've got yellow flag somewhere. Oh, he picks up a penalty and now he's spun it. Agent Panda's gone round on the straight. Jamie's defending from Morris again. Up the inside, Jamie Morris. He had to cut the corner there. I think he definitely would have got a warning for that. He's got a fantastic run on Jamie here though. And up the inside he goes. Another penalty for Jamie Morris. Not quite as close. All of these guys are very, very depleted on the RS. All pushing every single lap.
So Jesper, I think, is one warning away from a penalty. He's had a couple of warnings for collisions, including one with blue flag, so I do wonder if they came together when blue flag hit the wall. Sure, we'll find out later on. TRS sets the fastest lap of the race. No soft tyres coming into their own now. He's got 18 seconds to close on BLT before the end of the race, so unless there are accidents ahead of him, I don't think he will be doing that. Jim Morris now just starting to stretch his legs a little bit. He's got the lead out over a second, which means he is now out of DRS range. Jamie just closes back in. A couple of corners.
Jesper's had a fantastic second stint.
Yeah, he's got himself some clear track and put his head down.
Jim Morris pumps in the fastest lap. He's giving it everything now, trying to pull a gap.
I think he knows he needs to get his head down and go. He's 3 seconds at least as it stands. But Jamie picks up another penalty. So does that equal them out again? All of this to go is definitely playing into Jesper's hands.
Yeah, Jesper is in with a real shot of winning this from P4, which is mental.
So we know he's definitely got Goikarp on penalties. I think he's definitely got Jamie now as well.
I was about to say Guy could drop behind Norwich, but before I could speak, Norwich picked up a penalty. So I think that just about saves Guy from dropping too far back. So I think they're pulling away from Norwich pretty much every lap here anyway. Jesper might have a run here. Now the chat are saying Jesper just picked up a penalty as well, which I must have missed.
So I didn't see that.
Getting mighty close to the back of that Renault. Oh, I think Guy's had a poor exit. Jesper gets past. Gonna chase down his teammate now.
Jesper's fuel light keeps flashing yellow. He's on the cusp. He still needs to manage that before the end of the race. He's got a bit of clear track now. Jamie though very wide across the curve at turn 3. Another warning. While Jamie Morris in the racing point has got his head down and got that lead up to nearly 3 seconds.
Yeah, he's flying now, Jamie Morris.
Probably safe from Jamie, but it's Jesper he needs to worry about now. TRS pumps in the fastest lap again.
So I don't think there's any wheel-to-wheel fights at least at the moment. All quite big gaps. Closest one being, what is it, Guy and Jesper. Just about, but I think Jesper's closing in on his teammate.
This has been a solid drive from Guy. I said he needed to prove his racecraft. I think other than that slightly giddy opening lap, he's performed amicably. Jamie, I think was a bit deep into the chicane there. Guy has just started to close in on Jesper a little bit now. He's got back within DRS range. A bit of a wobble there coming out the penultimate corner. But we will have DRS as Agent Panda sets the fastest lap of the race.
He's not inside the top 10, so you won't get the point, unfortunately, but still good signs from Agent Panda.
Indeed, solid effort there from Agent Panda. Guy.
Oh, another penalty.
Just as I say, he's closing up. He is closing up. Fortunately, using a little bit too much of the run-up area to do so.
The gap, however, back to Norwich is now nearly 10 seconds, so I still think he will finish ahead. I think.
It'll be tight if he's got 4, and obviously Norwich has got at least 1. Then he will
I think he needs at least a 9-second gap.
Yeah.
TRS with another penalty.
Raver's Revenge is cheering on Agent Panda for his fastest lap. Woohoo! Somebody must have tied some bamboo to the back of Big Pizza's car. Maybe it's a bamboo pizza. That'll get it moving quick.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jamie with a big slide.
I don't think he's lost too much time though.
Ooh, Agent Panda having a big moment in the background there as well. Meanwhile, Jamie Morris has cleared off into the lead.
Yeah, I think that second penalty very much woke him up, because he's been absolutely rapid since he got that. I think that makes Guy definitely safe now. Norwich has just picked up another penalty. So unless anything drastic happens, I think this will be pretty much how it ends. I don't know how penalties will sort of move everybody towards the bottom around. We may have a battle. Zom is within DRS on buoy flag, fighting for 2 points.
DRS is open. And they also have a battle between Goy and Jesper, because Goy is now back within 0.6 of a second.
Both Renaults are on the charge. So, never mind. So,
Damn it, Joe!
I don't know why as commentators we even bother speaking.
We'll just do sign from now on, shall we?
Yeah.
Probably still jinx them.
Probably. Yes, like buoy flag is.
Car on my screen is on the charge, and the car in front of him. No names will be mentioned.
Yeah. It's the yellow and black one.
Oh no! Okay. I swear to God, if Goy gets a penalty, this is totally your fault.
Oh,
He's wide. But no penalty, so we're all good.
He appears to be saving his ERS quite a bit, Guy. So I think he's
seeing
going to
a late
overcharge for this
charge.
couple of laps.
Jamie Morris now really opened that gap up. It's nearly 7 seconds, so he's got the hammer down. And I think he's now got enough of a gap. So I think even with the penalties he's got, he should win the race as things stand. And Jesper now starting to hone in on Jamie, who picks up another penalty and a spin! And into the wall!
Ooh, that's big.
And his wing's gone.
That is huge.
That is a lot of damage to that wing.
He's going to have to pit, which is going to take him out
Probably around that
front of
buoy.
TRS, maybe, I think. Maybe just behind.
Yeah. Maybe behind. Yeah, probably between TRS and blue flag, depending on how the rest of this lap goes. He almost crashes at the end of the straight.
I was going to say, he goes extremely deep into that corner.
That's unlucky for Jamie there. He's had a very solid race. He's been at the front.
Again.
Oh, dear me.
Norwich is going to get past him on track. Yeah, Jimmy pulls over. He's going to have to be careful. This is a very, very narrow pit through a tree. He's done it alright though.
Gets it stopped.
So, Guy Carp is on for an FTRL podium. He's got 10.5 second gap back to the Toro Rosso. Keep it on track, Guy, and you're in for some hella points.
He doesn't need to overtake Jesper on the road, but I think the racer with it is all
TRS
is always going to want to get it done on the track.
Yep. James come out about 5 seconds behind TRS. Put on the mediums.
On the mediums as well, interestingly. I thought he would have gone for softs.
He's got buoy flag closing in just in the background there as well. but on fresh rubber now I would assume he will catch back up to TRS, but with only a couple of laps left, might not be enough. So, closest battle on track is Guy and Jesper, just within DRS.
So Guy's got his plenty of ERS saved up. Oh, Jamie's retired.
Oh, has he crashed?
Oh, he's crashed at the same point as he did last time.
He must just be taking that corner with a lot of speed, or I was going to say maybe he's taking the curb a bit too much, but I'm pretty sure the curb on the inside there is flat. I don't think it's a big curb. So
I think it's just a bit slippery on the outside because you've got the painted surface, haven't you? And I wonder if he's just gone a bit deep into the corner, got on the painted surface and spat him off.
Well, that does put a Ferrari back up into the points. Junkie Sport now is running P10. He's been on those hard tyres since, what was it, lap 3? 2 or 3?
Lap 3, I believe.
He's still going on him, and his commitment is going to pay off with a point if he can keep the car on track. Probably shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
Nothing's happened yet. It's okay. The car will not really want to throw it off the road.
Agent Panda up to P11.
Boy, just closing in there. The braking's at the end of the straight.
It seems like he has the run on Jesper through that final sector. He looks like he closes up quite a bit. I think Jesper's just running that little bit more straight line speed, because even with DRS I don't think Guy can really get close. Jesper gets a great run on that final corner though.
He's pulling away at this stage, and DRS pops open, and that will bring Guy back onto his tail. I think he's too far back this time to make a move into 2. Deep on the brakes though.
Outbrakes himself a little bit there though.
Too deep on the brakes that time. And I think that's probably the end of that.
Jamie Morris has picked up another penalty. Is that 3 now or 4?
That's 3. So he's still okay. Because Jesper has 1 as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Jesper's.
He didn't really need to do that on this last lap.
Maybe he was just maybe pushing for the fastest lap or something. It would have been mighty impressive had he got them on 15 lap 1 tyres, mediums, that is.
Around the chicane for the final time. The flag picks up a penalty at the end there, into the penultimate corner, and from 15th to 1st, this has been an absolutely brilliant drive. Jamie Morris wins in Russia in F3.
Fantastic drive.
Leaving him Jesper coming around the final couple of corners.
Jesper's going to get P2.
On the road.
Guy can't. P3.
Now let's see how the penalty situation falls out. Here comes Norris City.
Think Guy's safe.
Final corner.
He is.
He is indeed. And Goy Karp picks up a podium.
Zaki with a P5. Move forward, I believe.
How he will rue the decision to go into the hard tyre.
Yeah, that was a very strange decision, and then a couple of spins for Zaki as well. He could, well, I mean, what could have been for Zaki? Really, he was way up there towards the end of that race.
He fancied his chances here. TRS comes home in 7th. Good pace on those soft tyres. Blue flag, big moment at the final corner. He comes home P8 after that wing damage. Zom, a very quiet race from him in the second Renault. He'll come home P9.
Ooh! Carl!
Score, drifting, Alla Pagani. Round the chicane there, into the penultimate corner.
25 laps on those hard tyres. That's his commitment. Fair play. He kept going, and he's got a point in the end.
That is why it is always worth carrying on. You just do not know what's going to happen. We'll go fetch our podium drivers.
Right, getting our podium boys. Well, I say podium boys, we do need to get a 4th as well, so who are we thinking?
Who else really stood out? Maybe Norwich City? That's a solid result from him, P4.
I'd be happy with that, or even, I mean, even Junkie Sport going 25 laps on those hard tyres.
We spoke to Carl last week, shall we? So we'll have Norwich City respond to him.
Go on then. Fantastic race. There's one. There's two. Just seen a message from Jesper saying you can't do the podium interview.
No.
So, once Norwich joins us, we might as well get going.
I don't have him.
Might as well just kick it off then, I
Get
guess.
started.
Yeah. Do you want to take the winner, or do you want me to take the winner?
You go while I'm trying to get Norwich City in and all that.
Okay. Right, Jamie.
Hello.
I bet you didn't quite expect that starting from last on the grid.
No, I didn't think it would, or podium would be possible at all, but it came.
Well,
and
I mean, the pace was clear.
I'd onto the podium in the party to help me. So it's a massive thanks to him for helping me in the party. Because if it weren't for him, I probably would have rage quit in qualifying and probably at the start of the race.
Channeling the inner boss.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, as a whole, then how was your race? We saw plenty of overtakes for you on stream. I'm sure there was a few off stream that we didn't quite catch, but.
Amazing. I mean, the first lap, down at turn 5, I think, it was 3 wide, and I spun in turn 5, so yeah, it wasn't a really good race from there, but I picked up the pace. It seems like, I had to think, when I set the fastest lap, I had thought in my mind, could I win this race? Because I saw the top 7 all in a train, so I was like, I could possibly win this race if I keep it nice and clean, and not a dirty air as well. And when I got up to the 4th place, I could try and definitely win this race. The pace was very good. I didn't expect it. Yeah, I practiced in char quite a lot. That was it. But I was confused about the strategy because I saw it on the softs, and I saw a couple of guys on the medium tyres outside the top 10. So I was like, oh no, made the wrong decision. But it turned out to be the good decision. I had a fantastic start. Moved from 50 to 11th, I think. Then got up into 10th place.
Certainly took advantage of all the
medium runners.
Crashes. Yeah.
Tried to keep out the crashes, then Yeah, it just works from there. Qualified, frustrated because I did 2 laps, but I got one of them invalidated, which was the main lap on the soft tyres. So I rushed to get back to the pits, and then I saw a message from Aaron that I couldn't do it again. So I was so frustrated. I was like, I don't know why I even bothered coming back to league racing, but it's definitely boosted my confidence. And I was consistent throughout the race as well. Rush is not really my best track. I just dislike it, and there's loads of penalties there, so tried to keep it nice and clean. But when I was fighting Jamie, it was frustrating because he had good straight line speed, but my straight line speed wasn't very good at all. So I tried to overtake him in the corners. I think I did overtake him in the corners. I don't know if I don't think I tried to overtake with the straight. I think I waited for the corners. But it was a good race. I enjoyed it overall. There's plenty of action for me out there, and yeah, hopefully another good one next week if I stay.
Well, I was going to ask you about the little battle with Jamie. It was getting quite feisty at times.
Oh.
I mean, what was it like battling obviously last season's champion?
It felt nice, like having a proper side by side battle. It like helps me because I want to see how I could cope side by side, see if I'll mess up or not, which I didn't. Well, I did go off the track into that heavy braking zone after the DRS, but I braked late to try and out braking, which didn't work. But side by side action was amazing. I was worried quite a few times with him because we haven't really raced each other properly before. We've spoken a couple of times, but not actually raced each other. So no experience racing with someone new. I was quite worried, but it all turned out to be fine. So respect to him for side by side racing. I enjoyed it.
Good. Well, next week is Mexico. Like I say, you might not be here, which would be quite unfortunate because clearly you have pace. I think you just need to stick at it because it's very enjoyable watching your race. It must be said. But if you are here next week, how would you feel around Mexico?
I actually don't know. I think maybe decent, but not too great. Mexico, sorry, is not really one of my greatest tracks. It's one of my weakest, in fact. So hopefully I can do good there. But if I enjoy it, then that's the main. I was not here to finish first. Come here to enjoy it, to be honest.
Okay.
I enjoyed this race from start to not start to finish, but midway through because I did spin at the first lap. If you didn't see it,
I don't believe we call that.
Thoroughly frustrated. I was at the point with onto the podium, like you could hear me crying, saying, "Oh, I'm going to leave. I couldn't be bothered with this. I'm going to leave." In qualifying, you could hear me getting angry because it wasn't really my qualifying. But in the race, I seemed to have decent race pace in qualifying.
Right, well, fantastic, mate. Thoroughly deserved. Fantastic watch. So, like I say, hopefully you stick around and we see you on the podium a few more times this season. Because I think you can definitely give Jamie a run for his money. So, yeah. Right, onto you then, Lee.
And I get to interview Guy Carp. Alright, yeah, sorry. Well, qualifying, you put yourself right in the mix. It looked like the adrenaline got you a little bit on that opening lap. There were a couple of feisty moments. But from there on after, you were there or thereabouts all race, you know, on the cusp of the podium. You led the race. Just talk us through your Russian Grand Prix.
Oh man, amazing! Honest to God. First of all, I love Russia. Russia's like my favourite track. So to get a podium there is brilliant, and it makes up for the race where I DNF'd before lap 1 even finished. So, but qualifying was great. Did not expect to get pole. I was gutted to invalidate my last run. I was in the green. Whether or not I would have kept or would have achieved pole is another thing. But yeah, I was very nervous to start at the start of the race. I've not really ever been that high in regards to kind of starting position. So yeah, it was so nerve wracking. But massive shout out to Blue Flag, Hammer Time, and league owner Aaron. Just, man, they kept me level-headed, you know, talked me through it, got me to the end of that race. And yeah, it was, man, I just don't know what to say. It was amazing.
Well, I think it clearly showed that the hard work is paying off. I mean, we've seen flashes of you. Obviously, last week you qualified quite well and ran towards the front. What did you do about sort of your racecraft in this one? So obviously last week you went as high as third, and then you dropped down to 11th, and then you were back up to 5th place again, and then it was up and down the order.
Yeah, I
This time
know, I know.
you sat at the front, and you fell away. You were just there the whole race.
I don't know what it is. Towards the back end of the F2 last season, the F2 season, I think I just lost a lot of confidence. You know, I enjoy racing, but to be at the back all the time, it kind of knocks you. And when I came down, I thought I've got a really good chance of, trying to qualify. I was, my ideal position was being, between 10 and 5, and to then get all the way to the top. But you can see that my racecraft definitely needs work. So that's something that I want to practice. And, if I keep qualifying this well for the rest of the season, it's all experience. So hopefully that could just go towards improving it. But once I settled, I felt I was doing okay. There was a couple of nervous moments, but I felt like you say, I was staying up there. I was trying to hang in the DRS of anyone in front of me just to kind of build a gap to the cars behind. But, oh man, yeah, madness.
That was a great job indeed. Looking ahead to next week, then we've got Mexico City. How do you feel about Mexico as a circuit? Is that one you like as well? Is that one you don't like?
I do like Mexico. Very nice track. And I would hope that I do as well as I did in Russia there. So watch this space, man.
In that case, we're all going to call Goy Kart for podium next week then.
Team Banana, hashtag it.
Team Banana, let's go. No, congratulations, well done today on your P3.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. I love it, guy. I love it. Right. On to Norwich then. Do you want to call you Norwich or?
Just call me whatever you like.
Well, I wouldn't say that to me. Nah, I'm joking. You're in here obviously. P4 just missed out on a podium. Podium? What am I saying? A podium.
Were you doing abbreviations now?
Do you know what? I don't even know. But how was your race then? Obviously, we get a driver in just out of good performance. So,
well, starting off with qualifying, I think the lap I put in was probably the best lap I could probably do. I might have been able to do a bit better, but I didn't have enough time left to do a third run. But both laps were clean, unlike my race, unfortunately. But a race started very, very well. I think I went for P5, and I actually took the lead of the race in lap 1. I stayed there for a while, but then I kind of lost concentration. I think it was lap 3 or something. No, it was like lap 6. It was furthermore. I was like P3. I was at the lead, and I kind of lost concentration. And obviously, I hit the wall, and it left me with red wing damage. And I think that was the real story of my race. And I was fuming with myself because I was like, this is it. I'm not going to get a podium. Like, I've been waiting so long to get a podium in a league for a long time, and I've already got one, but I haven't had one in a while. And basically, that kind of really limited me.
I'd say Hulkenberg.
After the pit stop, so I realised I had a little bit of pace and I was making up ground. I think I had a little bit of a good battle with Zaki, which ended in like a poor move from him. Unfortunately, he did apologise to me from that, but he was in the more I can't think of the word. He came out worse than what I did in that, so I was kind of fortunate that he didn't catch up to me. Towards the end of the race, I was struggling on the old mediums because obviously the medium tyres I had on the longest out of everyone. I don't believe anyone pitted before me, and I was struggling for race pace. And it was basically like Zaki, because I already had like one more penalty than him. I already checked. Zaki was like 3 seconds behind me, 3.7 seconds behind me going into the final lap, and I was panicking because I'm like on these old softs and he's on these hards, which are technically kind of fresh still, and they'll probably be much faster than these old softs. These old mediums now. So I was panicking. I was like, oh no, that's my P4 gone. And in the end, on the final lap, I decided to put everything like on rich mix and all that. I just decided to went all in, and it paid off, and I got P4.
Yeah, I think that the penalties certainly let you down. I mean, was that just purely down to pushing that you picked up those penalties? Because I think you needed one less, and I think you would have jumped Guy.
Yeah,
For the podium.
I think it was 2 less actually, but usually I don't usually pick up penalties. I've usually got like a reputation for not picking up penalties, but if I'm going to be completely honest, Russia just isn't my circuit, and Russia is a circuit which you are probably more likely than guaranteed to pick up a penalty. So, to be honest with you, I'm happy with the place I finished. I mean, if I podium, I probably would have been over the moon, but the fact I got P4 was still a great result for me, to be honest.
Well, Mexico next week. Clearly, you have the pace. Are you confident around Mexico? Do you think you could get your first podium around there?
Mexico's a funny tree. I don't really know if I'm good or not good at Mexico. I'm pretty decent at like sector 1 and 3. It's just sector 2 with the S's part. I'm very inconsistent in those parts, and I think it's going to be very difficult to really see where my pace is going to be next week in Mexico because of that. I don't know.
Okay, well, look forward to it either way. Should be a good race. There's pace coming from all over the grid this season, which is great for me and Lee commentating on it, especially. But yeah, fantastic race, mate. It was a pleasure to watch. But that's that. Lee, would you like to sign us out, considering I messed it up last week?
See what I've got to work with. Well, that is the end of the normal leagues for this week. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for round 2 of the Performance League, coming from Brazil. Somebody's getting excited for that. And we've also got GT Sports coming up on Friday for rounds 3 and 4 of that. So the racing action doesn't stop. Your birthday as well.
Oh, Friday.
Oh. Well, happy birthday to you for Friday.
Happy birthday.
That's the end of the action tonight, though. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. And don't forget, next week we are heading to Mexico. So bring your tequila and your limes, and let's have another FTRL party. But for now,